young professionals. It's a 21 to 40-year-old age group for people like ourselves that are degree professionals. They come out into the workforce fresh out of college. They kind of do something back in the community, continue to grow more professionals in our communities, to give back through several committees such as community outreach, fund development, professional development, civic engagement, and things of that nature, to kind of stay involved in our communities, to kind of uplift the communities economically. So participating in the Black Executive Exchange Program is beneficial to us because we get to reach out to you all to continue that movement and to continue to do something positive in the Houston area and surrounding areas as well. So we're glad that you all had us here today.
And as a college student, excellence is what you want to strive for, because right now it's very competitive out there. Everyone has a resume, but what is going to be unique about you that's going to stand out?
When you go on these interviews, make it sound like you're going to be with that company for life. You may only be with them for 2 years. You know that. Don't nobody know your dream. Don't nobody know your passion. Don't nobody know your goals. But you know what they are. You may only be there for 2 years, 5 years, but you make it sound like when you go on these interviews, I want to be the manager, I want to be the boss, I want to be the owner of this company. You know, because that's the person they want to hire. So you go in there with that attitude. If you decide to change up in a year, in 2 years, it don't matter. You got to keep growing for you. But don't make it sound like, it's temporary, I don't want to live in this small town. You know, make it sound like you're going to grow, because you want the job, you want the experience.
In order to do this, but I want to own my own hair salon.
Yes, you do. Yes,
My own hair salon, and I want to have my license in massage. So I want to have my own hair salon and massage parlor.
Z. I'm not even going to attempt.
I've heard every pronunciation possible, so give it a try. My name is Zephaniah Coleman. I'm a management major, and some things that I'd like to do and some things I'm already doing. I've started a nonprofit foundation. What we do is we provide things for less fortunate individuals. Right now we're local, only in Houston, operating in Houston, but eventually we want to go statewide, across the nation, and also globally, just helping out less fortunate individuals.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kane. I'm a 2008 graduate of Prairie University with marketing and management degrees. I work for Accenture as a consultant in the oil and gas industry, mainly commodity trading and risk management.
Put yourself in that standpoint. How would I manage me? How do I manage me? How do I make myself a better product? How do I get myself out to the masses? How do I appeal to different target audiences? How do I make myself appealable to people that don't look like me, people that don't have the background that I have, people whose finances aren't the same as me? So as an entrepreneur, as a buyer, as whatever you want to be that's focusing yourself in business, those are the things that kind of cradle the courses that you're taking. That's how it ties in.
What about you?
I want to be a fashion buyer at Nordstrom.
Okay. What about you, man?
I want to do something sports management.
Something sports management. What about you up there, man?
I want to be a buyer, but I ultimately want to own my own business.
Oh, you want to own business. What about you?
We look for is talent for our stores. How many of y'all shop at Walmart? Everybody, very good. So this summer we're looking for 100 and something interns, and here in the Houston area we're looking for 50 interns, and we'll be conducting mock interviews this afternoon, correct, and tomorrow. And so hopefully you all have your resumes. How many of you all have resumes? How many of you all are juniors and seniors in here? Because that's what we're very good, a great big handful of you all. So what we're looking for is for you all to come up and sign up for the mock interviews this afternoon and tomorrow.
The one thing that helped me the most was the moment I got out of class. I sat in that classroom with another class in there, and I finished my work before the end of the day. That gave me the chance to hang out or socialize with my friends. But if you don't do that, you're pushing all that off to the evening time. And that's the time when you have the most peer pressure. The most peer pressure to do whatever you want to do. But that's the time when you need to do your work if you didn't do it during the day. So just make it a habit of knocking that work out right away.
I am a May 2011 grad of Xavier University, and I graduated with my doctorate in pharmacy. I want to say something. In the interview, just be yourself, be comfortable, remember to breathe. There are people just like you, a regular everyday person. And also I wanted to say, like I said in the last class, it's very important to try and at least get one internship before you go and before you graduate, because I got my internship the summer between junior and senior year, and it was in a refinery. So I learned that I didn't want to work outside. I wanted to be in the office. I wanted to be, do design. So it's important to know, to get an experience that like, okay, this is not what I want to do at all. Or if it's something that you love to do, then that'll give you some direction.
My name is Stephen Compton. I'm a research assistant for Reliant for their commercial and industrial accounts. I'm a 2006 graduate of Grambling State University.
The best experience I got when I first started working was the guy told me, be indispensable. Be so good at your job, they can't afford to get rid of you. They know if we get rid of you, we're going to be at a loss. We can't do that job if he goes. He brings something to the table no other candidate can.
Right.
So we can't afford to get rid of him. So be indispensable. That's the greatest advice I got when I first started working.
I have a question. Between all y'all's interview experience and stuff, obviously a company's looking to find the best one out, but we're looking to find the best company for us. So understanding culture and stuff, what would be the best questions that we're able to ask during the interview that's going to help us translate that and figure out the most knowledge of the company? Like culture versus what would help us, or what has helped y'all in y'all's interviewing that helped y'all brought out the insides of a company and how it's structured to help you make your decisions.
I think for me, the biggest question is, what is your typical day? Of the person who's interviewing you, ask what their typical day is. Because if they're like, okay, I come in the office at this time and I'm in meetings at this time, if you know that you want to be out there in the field talking to people, then that may not be the position for you. So I would ask, what's your typical day? What's the flexibility in your schedule? How did you get to where you are? I don't think that those are inappropriate questions to ask. Just make sure you're not, make sure you formulate your question appropriately.
Jessica Wright. I'm a 2006 graduate of Prairie University with a chemical engineering degree. I work as a process engineer for Jacobs Engineering.
You mentioned going back and getting certification. So you got how many seniors in the room? Okay, so how many graduating in May? What would be your advice on the panel about going directly into, for example, an MBA program if a job is not an option?
I worked for 2 years before I went and got my MBA. I graduated from Prairie Graduate School of Management. And I think that before you decide to get an advanced degree, to get some years of experience, of actual working experience, so that way you can be able to have an idea of where you want to go next in your career.
My name is Brian Rice. My background is a little varied. My degree is in mechanical engineering. I went to Alabama A&M University. I'm working as a sales engineer here in Houston. But I'm also getting involved in motivational speaking and reading 3 books. And I also just started my local nonprofit. Back to what you were saying a second ago, you got to know your competition. Your competition ain't just people at Prairie. The competition ain't just people in Houston, ain't just competition and people in Texas. It's competition of people all over this country. I'm from North Carolina, and I'm quite sure I beat out people, who probably live right here in Texas. And most of my friends are from other cities and from other states. You got to understand who your competition is. It's not just black people, it's not just white people, it's foreigners too. And once you understand that, like, wait a second, how am I going to separate myself? How am I going to, what do I need to do? So you got to learn to ask more questions. You got to interview the interviewer. You got to put more stuff on your resume. Your resume is your brand. That's you. That tells me who you are. If you don't have enough on there, I'm going to pick the person right here over you. And if you don't know how to interview properly, if you're not making good eye contact, you're not asking the right questions, you know, I'm going to the next person. So understand, you know, this is not your only competition right here.
But it's very important that when you begin to advance your career that you network with other people that are in your career and hold high positions. So when you figure out, hey, I want to do energy, I want to be in the medical field, join a professional organization that's nationally recognized for your particular industry. So you can begin to rub elbows with other people that are in your profession. It's helpful to have contacts that will come in handy when you're ready to make a move, when you need a favor, when you need something to go on. So that's another thing that you should focus on is joining those professional organizations that are industry